Hey guys, welcome back to today's video. So if you guys don't remember me, I'm Ryan. I'm your typical car guy that's trying to film content on YouTube. So today I got something special in store for you guys. So recently, during the end of the year, I caught something on Shopee that was on sale. So what I got is this, the Works air filter. I never actually installed any performance mods other than my exhaust video. So this is actually gonna be my first ever performance mod I'm gonna be putting on my car. Performance mod. Not sure if it actually adds any horsepower or not, but we shall see. Okay, so what we have today here is the Works Engineering Performance Air Filter. So this one is a local brand that is, if I'm not mistaken, is it manufactured in Malaysia. I can't really find where it's written, but yeah. So this is a local automotive brand. If I'm not mistaken, you guys can correct me in the comments below. Local Malaysian brand. And right now what I'm running is just, if I'm not mistaken, is the standard air filter. I've never actually opened and checked what is it. Apologies for the mess. It's because of this cover thing that is dusty and creating all this dust here. So yeah, I've never actually opened up and take a look at what is in the this air box right now. So I guess we shall find out, shall we? Okay, so before we open and find out what is this stock, the paper air filter, or is it maybe some upgraded air filter, first of all, let me show you guys what is in this box, how this air filter looks like. I mean, it's pretty obvious. You can see this picture. It's blue. It's an air filter. So yeah, let me open and show you guys how it looks like. Okay, so let us see. Okay, so yeah, so this is pretty much what it looks like with the nice little branding Works here. Actually looks kind of cool. My first ever air filter I ever bought. I didn't want to get the big air filter pod thing. I didn't want to get a big air filter pod thing on my first air intake install because everything is still stock. I'm still running on stock injectors, stock tune, actually no tune. So I didn't want to go get in the pod filter and then had to tune my car afterwards. So I guess this is a good, affordable, cheap mod. Okay, so now we know what this looks like. Let me show you guys how to open your Inspira's air filter. Actually, it's pretty straightforward. First of all, just gotta unplug this map sensor. It's on pretty tight. Okay, so there it is. Remove these two things here. Okay, so now just open this thing up, push it away, and just take it out. Right now, I'm holding the camera with one hand. Let me just open this up and show you guys how it looks like. Okay, so now I got the air filter out, and what do you know, it's the stock one. And just from a little bit of inspection, this is, if I'm not mistaken, is a stock. Wow, it's actually really dirty. Okay, yeah, so this is the stock air filter. If I'm not mistaken, would have already been in a car for I think 10 years or more, judging from its look. And as you can see, it doesn't really, it filters the air really thoroughly compared to this one. As you can see, you guys can see the lighting a little bit, I guess, how the light goes through the air filter, whereas for the stock one you can't. Okay, so what this shows is that the Works air filter actually lets more air flows through into the engine, and as you guys know, more fuel equals more air, and more fuel equals more power. So yeah, this will theoretically help me increase my performance by a little bit, whereas this actually restricts airflow. But there's actually pros and cons for either one of this. This, although yes, it does increase your performance, but you guys have got to be careful. If I'm not mistaken, theoretically wise, if it lets more air into your engine, it also lets a little bit of dust particles from the road, from your surrounding into the throttle body as well. So you might want to occasionally clean your throttle body a little bit here and there. Whereas this, although yes, it does restrict your airflow, but the good thing is that it keeps your engine nice and clean. It doesn't let any unwanted particles into the engine bay, into the engine, to the throttle body, and could damage the engine a little bit. So there's actually pros and cons for all this. So it depends on what you want to go for. So depending on the applications you want to go for, if you want a more performance oriented, or you want a cleaner engine, you guys can go for whichever one that applies to, you know. Okay, so now after all this explanation, let me install this works air filter and let's test out if there is any performance gains from this or not. Okay, so now the works air filter is in. So remember to be sure to lock these things in place properly so it doesn't move, it doesn't wiggle, I guess. And don't forget to plug in the mass airflow sensor. Remember about that. So yeah, so let us go on a test drive, shall we? Okay, now let us test if it actually increases the performance or not. Okay, so let us try out. Okay, I think let me get to a better road and then I'll really test it out. Okay, so we're going on to the highway after this U-turn and I can give you guys a quick test. I'll drop down to first gear. I'm not sure is this a placebo effect, but I think I can feel the power, especially when it's above 3K. I'm not quite sure is that right or not. Here's the thing, okay? I am not the best person to test this out, honestly, because I am quite oblivious when it comes to effects, after effects, this kind of thing. But okay, yeah, I would say there is actually improvement. Here's the thing, I was a little bit sketchy about this installation, whether it actually gives performance gain or not, because the other day when I went to a 4V group meet, I met up with some guys and asked them about this air filter, and some of them mentioned that yes, it does give you a little bit of gain, but it is not that but you don't really make full use of the mod because your car is not tuned with this much airflow into the car to efficiently make use of the the air filter and how much air is running into your engine. But I would say for this air filter, it actually works pretty well. It gives me a little bit more acceleration, a bit more power, I guess. Yeah, I would actually say it does work, contrary to some people say. But yes, if you really do want to get the most out of your engine, every single mod possible, you gotta tune your engine for any little slight changes. Let's say if you change the coil packs, you change the air intake, anything that messes with the air fuel ratio, you really got to get it tuned to really pinpoint how much air fuel ratio at every RPM and every gearing, But yeah, other than that, I would say this is a pretty good mod. I'll put a link to the item I got from Shopee in the description below, and maybe you guys can test it out yourself and let me know if it actually does improve the performance or not. I would say overall it helps 5 to 10%. I wouldn't say it's 5 to 10% performance gain. That's not what I'm implying at. But I wouldn't say that it's actually adding like 5 to 10% more horsepower or torque onto the car. And that I don't think that is the case with this little drop-in air filter. With any air filter, in fact, I don't think it would actually increase 5 to 10% more horsepower. But just from how I feel with that little bit of acceleration earlier, it is noticeable. I would say for 150 ringgit the price I got this at that time. Wrong way again. Alamak, how do I go back now? As you guys can see, I'm not familiar with this road here. I just wandered here, and how the heck am I supposed to go back? Okay, I think I know a way back. So yeah, for 150 ringgit more or less, it is a decent mod. It's gonna be hard to get more bang for buck performance than this cheap little air filter. Yeah. Okay, one more pull. Yeah, it does adds. I can confirm that, I think. It does adds a little bit more power. So yeah guys, that's it for today's video. The installation of this quick little air filter. I hope you guys learned something in this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!